Hello, what's up, everybody? This is Kola from Pro Wrestling X, the artist again. So, a few people have been asking on the, I guess, Facebook about the creator wrestler, and when are we gonna have a creator wrestler, and why don't we have a creator wrestler? I want a creator wrestler like right now, and I hear you, and this isn't going to be a video saying why we can't do a creator wrestler. This is going to be a video about saying, here's what we're doing about the creator wrestler, and you're going to get it. We can't give you concrete timeline, but I'm going to take you into the structure, the beginnings of it right now, just to sort of let everyone know where we're at and what's going on. And I did this video once already, and my cat was crawling all over me, and didn't go well. I'd like to just shoot these from the hip, but eventually. But until I get a little bit more comfortable, and I remember to lock my cat out of the office and eliminate all distractions, I'm just going to have to keep doing them until I get it right. So here we are. I've got my PWX folder, and as you can see, it's incredibly disorganized, and whoa, all the PR stuff. Better not go in there. I could leak something. PWX next. That's just what I was calling it when I started the project. I had no idea what we were going to call it because obviously Uprising had come out, and we were I was when I was brought on. Dave was trying to update Uprising, and I was like, I just want to make a new one, man. That game is so old looking. Like, I just want to make the new one. And so I just kind of, I did a little bit of work on Uprising for the patch that I never eventually came to be. But I spent most of my time just getting after the new one. So here we are in the textures folder, and the reason I came here is because I want to show you guys that as unique as Tyrador and Grasshopper are from each other, they are still designed to fit into the creator wrestler structure. So I'm just going to move this over here so I can start populating Photoshop with all the textures we've got going on, so you can see exactly what I mean when I say that these guys are totally designed with creator wrestler in mind. As you can see, every little part is its own entity, right? So down the road, with every character we make, and with every little pack of I guess what do you call it? Skins, or they sometimes call them, or like alternate uniforms, or even if we offer just pure creator wrestler content packs, they're all going to be, nothing is going to be built like a completely custom character. Everybody's going to be able to be rebuilt with the creator wrestler, or Frankenstein their parts into other things. And like, you can start to see here that like everything we've got going on, and you can already, I hope, if you're a modder, start to picture how you might go about editing these textures and stuff. I think what I've tried to do is keep things very maybe ergonomic is the wrong word, but everything is, the anatomy, you can see how the boot shape is, right? It's kind of it fits the boot, and the reason for that is so that if you wanted to add your own maybe like sticker or whatever to this boot, you're going to be able to do it with minimal stretching going on, which is a real challenge in traditional modding when they cram everything into a perfect square, right? Like, you've probably noticed if you've had any experience with it, that they'll fit it into a perfect square and stretch all the texturing out, and as a result you have to kind of you have to do a lot of like trial and error just to get things to look right. But I don't want you guys to think that modding this is the only way that we plan to allow people to create custom content, because not everybody is a super technical modder, right? And we're going to do our best to provide in-game tools for this, and the game engine that we're using becomes more and more flexible for that every day, because there's a community of people supporting the engine, and building a lot of apps that work for a number of games that everybody can take advantage of. So it's a strong community there, which is why it's not unreasonable to expect some really cool things down the road, even though our team is really small. So that's sort of the parts. I just want to, before we take off here, I want to show you the body textures, because a lot of you guys, and like I've got a long list of files here, but these are all sort of throwaway files that go along with the modeling process. But anyway, here's a decent enough example of just the bare skin. So this is like the character without any uniform on, kind of like your base starting point. So you can imagine, you can just already picture yourself, throwing tattoos on this guy, and again, like, it's unwrapped in a way that you should be able to slap photos on or paint in here, and you can expect what you paint. It's going to be a close representation of what you expect it to look like in game. There's going to be a lot less trial and error this way. I don't know if I touched on this yet, but one thing that's going to be a little bit trickier, and you can kind of see in blue these normal maps kind of showing through. I haven't really gotten to the teeth yet. They've been kind of a low priority because we don't really have the facial animations in there yet. We're just kind of, as we keep telling you guys, we're just doing the core at the moment. But anyway, these blue normal maps are going to make it so that it's going to be hard to say for people that are doing the modding, and people who are going to rely on the creator wrestler. Again, you won't have to worry about this, but people modding with normal maps there are a few challenges to really change exactly what's going on there. So for instance, I'll just load up this boot because I already have this boot here, and you see if you were to say erase or paint over these buckles, right, and maybe get rid of these straps here, even just because you erase them in this color map, this normal map is like, it's the bump information, right? It's what allows us to really push and get the most out of less polygons. You're still going to see the indent of the buckles and stuff, even if you were to paint over it in the color. So that's just something to keep in mind. The kind of modding you're going to want to do for Tirador is, say, make this yellow, make the black blue, whatever you want that way. I guess I could show you. This boot might be a little easier to mod for somebody who wanted more of a generic boot, and without getting into too much depth into how to mod this thing, I'll just show you what I would do. I guess if I were modding it, we've got the star here, and if you go in and kind of, I close that. It's just like if you wanted to say get rid of the star in the color map, you would be like, oh, I'll just paint this out. There it goes. And like I said, it's still going to be in the bump. So what you'd have to do is paint it out again in here, and you could take a little bit more care than I am, but you got to be, because even though it's subtle, you're still going to notice this like circle patch here. It's going to kind of have a weird bump, but that's an extra step that just goes with modding something next gen, and a lot of you guys are probably already familiar with that. Yeah, so that's the gear. Everything is set up for the creator wrestler. Everything we do going forward will be set up for creator wrestler. just a few things to keep in mind if you want to jump the gun when this thing hits early access and and mod the game yourself. So I hope that was informative, and I hope that I didn't forget anything that I included in the last video. If you guys still have questions or feel like maybe I missed something, maybe just drop a comment down, and I can answer it directly. Or if there are tons of questions piling in, then I'll just make a list, and next time I do one of these suckers, I'll just go through and answer them. Answer the top few or something like that. But anyway, thanks for checking it out. The Kickstarter's rocking right now. You can go to ProWrestlingX.com. There's a link there. Really easy to do if you're interested in backing. So thanks again, guys, and till next time, take it easy.